Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So welcome to our plant tissue culture class. So previously we have discussed about many techniques, like we have discussed about the haploid culture, pollen culture, ovary culture. We have talked about the history, started from the history of the plant tissue culture. But the topic which is not included here in our syllabus, but we are going to discuss it because we are repeating these particular things again and again in every technique. For example, we have to make a culture media containing various minerals, salts, growth regulators, as well as we also need the sterilizing equipment, how to sterilize our equipment, and these all things, these all the protocols are repeated from start to the end. हम जो भी एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म करते हैं प्लांट टिश्यू कल्चर में, जितने भी एक्सपेरिमेंट्स हैं, तो उनमें ये सारी चीज़ें जो हैं वो रिपीट हो रही होती हैं. आया हमने कल्चर मीडियम बनाना है, वो कल्चर मीडियम किस टाइप का होगा, वो किस चीज़ के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि हमने कल्चर मीडियम किस तरह का बनाना है, उसकी कंपोजिशन किस तरह की होनी है. इसी तरह हमारे पास जो है लैब की जो टेक्निक्स हैं कि हमने किस तरीके से ग्लासवेयर को और बाकी जो इक्विपमेंट है हमारे पास, उनको हमने जो है वो स्टेरिलाइज करना है. तो आगे जाने से पहले सोमेटिक एम्ब्रियोजेनेसिस और जो हमारे लास्ट टॉपिक्स बाकी रह गए हैं, उधर जाने से पहले हम पहले डिस्कस करते हैं कि हाउ टू मेक दीज डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कल्चर मीडियम. सो media preparation and handling, and what is this particular, this is the nutrient requirement for plant tissue culture. So in this particular topic, this is not very lengthy topic, we are not going to discuss this topic in very detail, but we are going to discuss the basics of the media preparation, what type of media are required here for plant tissue culture, how they are prepared, what are the different concentration of the media, what are the different compounds which are used here for plant tissue culture experiment. So we are going to discuss about the preparation of the media, culture medium which are used, either they are liquid medium or they are jellified medium, and how to handle these particular medium which are made, how to pour them, how to sterilize the glassware, and now we are going to discover these are as the tagline indicates, these are the nutrient requirements for plant tissue culture or plant tissue culture experiment. So as the mature plant or the plant which is growing in the natural condition, it has the ability to synthesize all the required components, required material, and it acquires its nutrients from soil, and also it can form its food by absorbing the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and by the process of photosynthesis it is able to form its food. लेकिन जब हम किसी भी प्लांट को टिश्यू कल्चर के एक्सपेरिमेंट में देख रहे होते हैं, टिश्यू कल्चर में उसको ग्रो कर रहे होते हैं, सो वी हैव टू प्रोवाइड ऑल दीज मीडियम्स, ऑल दीज nutrient requirements, vitamin requirements, food requirements, because the plant we are starting, it is not present in the soil, it is present in the culture medium, it is present in the laboratory. So as far as the plant tissue culture is concerned, the degree of success in any technology, so now we are not only restricted to this particular technology, plant tissue culture. When we talk about the every technology in everyday life, in the everyday science, so what happens here, the success of that particular technology or employing the plant tissue, cell or organ culture is related to relatively few factors. हम अगर कोई भी काम करते हैं, चाहे वो रोज़मर्रा का काम है, चाहे वो हमारे साइंस के एक्सपेरिमेंट्स की बात है, चाहे आप स्टूडेंट्स की स्टडी की बात है, तो सक्सेस का जो रेट है, इट इज़ डिपेंडेंट अपॉन वेरियस फैक्टर्स. फॉर एग्जांपल सक्सेस है जो है, स्टूडेंट्स की सक्सेस जो है, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द हाउ मैनी, कितने टाइम जो है वो आप स्टडी को एट्रीब्यूट करते हैं, स्टडी को कितने आप डिवोटेड हैं अपनी स्टडी के लिए, कितने आप एक्टिव हैं अपनी उस स्टडी को कंप्लीट करने के लिए, सक्सेस अचीव करने के लिए. सो इसी तरह टीचर्स की बात है कि टीचर्स किस तरीके से जब वो अपने किसी टॉपिक को पढ़ा रहा है, तो उसके सक्सेस का जो रेट है, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द वेरियस फैक्टर्स. इसी तरह आप बाहर किसी और भी टेक्नोलॉजी को, जिस टेक्नोलॉजी की भी आप बात करते हैं, जिस काम की भी आप बात करते हैं, so it is dependent totally upon few factors. There are few factors, if they are at normal level, if they are at optimum level, if they are at required level and skills, then that particular technology or that particular technique will be fruitful, will be useful, or it will be successful. So what are those few factors in this particular plant tissue culture? If we talk about the plant tissue culture, there are significant in a very different factors. A significant factor is the choice of nutritional component and growth regulators. तो जब हम बात करते हैं प्लांट टिश्यू कल्चर की या सेल की या ऑर्गन कल्चर की, तो इसमें और बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स के साथ साथ एक सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट, क्रूशियल और क्रिटिकल किस्म का एक फैक्टर है, एक कंडीशन है, दैट इज द चॉइस ऑफ न्यूट्रिशनल रिक्वायरमेंट, न्यूट्रिशनल कंपोनेंट्स एंड ग्रोथ रेगुलेटर्स. सो in other words, we can say that this particular culture medium, composition of the culture medium and is the core or is the basics of the plant tissue culture experiment. If we don't know about the composition of the culture medium, if we don't know about the requirement of the tissue culture experiment, what type of requirement, what type of minerals are required, what type of vitamins are required, so our experiment will not be succeeded. हमारे एक्सपेरिमेंट को स्टार्ट से ही फेलियर का जो है वो चांस शुरू हो जाएगा. सो इन द पास्ट 2 to 3 decades, so if we talk about the history, in past 20 to 30 years, a number of reports have been appeared on modification of about 2 dozens about basic media compositions. So in 1960s, in the late 1950s and 1960s, there was a optimum or normal or ideal culture medium which was prepared Marchigo and Scoop in 1962, which is called MS medium. तो उसके बाद जो है there is a different modifications. बेसिक्स जो हैं वो हमेशा कल्चर मीडियम में वही रहती हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल बेसिक्स का क्या मतलब है? If we have different composition, we have different type of molecule, different types of compounds which are required. For example, we require carbohydrates, for example sucrose or any other food material, and we require also vitamins, we require also growth regulators, we require salts, we require agar medium, and similarly other compositions. So these are the general categories of the compounds which are needed. अब इन कैटेगरीज के नीचे हम कौन सा केमिकल यूज करते हैं, उसकी कितनी क्वांटिटी यूज करते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल कार्बोहाइड्रेट हमने एक जनरल टर्म दे दी. अब उसके अंडर हम या तो सुक्रोज को एज ए फूड मटेरियल यूज कर रहे हैं, ग्लूकोज को यूज कर रहे हैं, या एनी अदर कार्बोहाइड्रेट को हम यूज कर रहे हैं. इसी तरह विटामिन में हम कौन से विटामिन जो हैं वो यूज कर रहे हैं. ग्रोथ रेगुलेटर्स की हम कौन से कंसंट्रेशन दे रहे हैं, कौन से ग्रोथ रेगुलेटर्स को हम किस स्टेज के ऊपर यूज कर रहे हैं. सो दीज आर ऑल मॉडिफिकेशंस एंड दीज आर determined by the nature of the experiment. So what type of experiment we are going to do, what type of result we are expecting. So on the basis of these all things we are going to modify our culture medium. So till now about 2 dozens बेसिक मीडिया, डोजन कहते हैं दर्जन को, जिसको हम उर्दू में एक 2 dozens. So 24 or more than 24 basic culture compositions have been made, and they are made by different scientists. एक्सपेरिमेंट जो कंडक्ट करते हैं तो वो इनके ऊपर एक्सपेरिमेंट कंडक्ट करते हैं कि मॉडिफिकेशन के बाद हमारे पास किस तरह के रिजल्ट आते हैं. तो फॉर एग्जांपल व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द कल्चर मीडियम, वी हैव 2 types of culture medium. And this classification is based upon the nature and type of the composition, what type of composition that particular culture medium have. Either that particular culture medium will be defined or it will be undefined. So before going to the culture mediums in the plant tissue culture, we have to define these 2 culture medium. Defined culture medium, as we have discussed previously, it is a culture medium in which we know every quantity of the compound which is required in that particular culture medium. For example, we know the quantity or amount or concentration of vitamins, growth regulators, food, for example glucose. So everything we know. So this is a defined culture medium. So either it is in trace elements, either they are metal ions, either they are salts. So everything we know, and we know the composition, exact composition or exact nature of that particular culture medium. तो इसमें कोई भी इस तरह का कंपाउंड डिफाइंड कल्चर मीडियम में नहीं होता कि जिसकी कंपोजिशन जो है वो कॉम्प्लेक्स किस्म की हो या अननोन हो हमें, कि हमने एक कंपाउंड उसमें ऐड कर दिया, अब हमें पता नहीं है कि उसमें कितने कंसंट्रेशन या 4-5 मॉलिक्यूल्स या 4-5 कंपाउंड से मिलकर वो एक चीज बनी है, तो उसके कंपोजिशन क्या है। लेकिन बट वी नो in defined culture medium, so what it is, we know everything, either they are trace elements, either they are salts, either they are any other compound which is we have added in the culture medium. So here in the second category, in the undefined culture medium, so what is the composition? So here we add certain complex molecules, such as we are adding yeast extract. अब अगर हमने yeast extract डाल दिया, for example 15 ग्राम या 20 ग्राम या 30 ग्राम, so now that particular yeast extract will contain many compounds, so we don't know the exact composition of that particular culture medium, because we have added total of 20 or 15 or 10 whatever it is gram of yeast extract. So by adding that particular 10 gram, so what we are going, we don't know the actual amount of different compounds which are present in 20 grams of yeast extract. So here in undefined medium we are not sure, we are not 100% know, we are not sure about the total composition of that particular culture medium. So by the definition, so we are using defined in tissue culture, we are using the defined culture medium in our plant tissue culture experiment, because this particular experiment is very much dependent, or the success of this particular experiment is very much dependent upon the culture medium. So here we use everything which we know, we are not adding or we are not putting any compound with composition we don't know. So a defined nutrient medium, so in our next discussion from here we are discussing about the defined nutrient medium, we are not discussing about the indefined. At certain points we can use indefined culture medium, but mostly for the most part we are using a defined nutrient medium. So what it is, it is a defined nutrient medium consists of inorganic salts. So mostly there are inorganic salts, a carbon source, or which is a food source, for example sucrose, glucose, or any other food source, vitamins, for example thiamine or any other vitamins which is present, and growth regulator. So in defined nutrient medium we know everything, we know all these compounds. And in inorganic salts we can also add other categories like trace elements which are required, metal ions which are required. So these are all the requirements of making the defined nutrient medium. So mostly our major components are the inorganic salts, a carbon source, vitamins, and growth regulator. So other components may be added for specific purposes. As we know, we have different nature different experiment with different results. So we know the nature of our experiment, so we can add different things, different compounds on the basis of the purpose or on the basis of our experiment. So they include organic nitrogen compounds, organic acids, and plant extracts. So these are the basic compounds in defined nutrient medium in tissue culture. Inorganic salts, there are carbon source, there are vitamins. And next we have the organic nitrogen compounds, organic acids, and plant extracts. So they may be added on the basis on the the composition of the culture medium. In single word or in single sentence we can say that the composition of the culture medium will be determined by the specific nature of the experiment. So what type of experiment we are going to do. So these are all the possibilities, these are all the compounds we can add. So here we have the Marashak and Skoog in 1962, or Lensmeyer and Skoog 1965 are the most widely used salt compositions. So as we talk about the culture medium, so we in 1962 Marashak and Skoog we have another culture medium, Lensmeyer and Skoog in 1965, LS medium, this is MS medium, are the most widely used salt composition. Our salt composition is not means, so we have a salt composition, inorganic salts. So mostly these values, or the salt values, are different in different culture medium. Modifications are mostly made here in different inorganic salts. because we require carbon source, vitamins mostly, and growth regulators, but here inorganic salts quantity is vary, especially in procedure where plant regeneration is the objective. So these two experiments or these two culture medium, which are MS or LS medium, which are made in 1962 and 1965. So when our experiment or nature of the experiment is the regeneration is the objective, regeneration is the goal, then these two culture medium are used. But if we are going to conduct any other sort of experiment, so we have to modify these culture medium. An appreciation and knowledge of the nutritional requirements and metabolic needs of culture plants and tissue is invaluable. It is invaluable because we have studied, we have discussed it, because the success of our experiment is largely dependent upon the nature of our culture medium. So in a decision on the type of media to use in a specific case, the choice of media is dictated by the purpose of the tissue culture technology which is to be employed and the plant species or variety. We have discussed these two things in very detail in every experiment, in every technique which we have discussed, either that was haploid culture, ovary culture, embryo culture. So what we are, either the technique which is employed, the technology which are going to apply, and the species or the variety, nature of the species, the genetic makeup of that particular species, the habitat of that particular species, so what type of species that is. So these all things are determined by the nature of our experiments. So as far as the equipments and facilities are concerned, so tissue culture operations are best divided into distinct areas of laboratory. So we have not discussed these things, but I have tried my best to tell you. So what as far as the tissue culture lab is concerned, tissue culture lab is very different lab from any other sort of normal lab which are present in the universities or in the institutions. तो टिश्यू कल्चर की जो लैब है, इसकी जो बिल्डिंग है या जो इसकी बनावट है, जो इसका आर्किटेक्चर है, इट इज आल्सो वेरी डिफरेंट. इसका जो मैप है, it will be different because it is made in a very planned manner. इसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि for example we have 4 or 5 chambers or 5 rooms, so those rooms are haphazardly they are arranged there. उसमें एक सीक्वेंस रखा जाता है कि सबसे पहले जब एंट्री होगी तो बाहर से जब बंदा एंटर होता है तो एंट्री कहाँ पे होगी, उसके बाद कौन सा रूम आएगा, उसके बाद कौन सा. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर इन ए वेरी सिक्वेंशियल मैनर, और उनको बहुत ही प्लान्ड तरीके से बनाया जाता है. और वो किस लिए, टू अवॉइड कंटेमिनेशन, एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ कंटेमिनेशन कमिंग फ्रॉम द आउटसाइड, बिकॉज इफ देयर इज ए कंटेमिनेशन इन द टिश्यू कल्चर लैब, so it is very difficult to eliminate that particular contamination, because एक दफा वो आ गई लैब में, कंटेमिनेशन हो गई स्पोर्स की, बैक्टीरिया की, फंजाई की. so these all things which are present with all the material which is present, so it is sterilized. Sterilization processes are available and they are sterilized frequently, but there are chances of contamination. So these laboratories, the building of the laboratory is made in a very planned manner to avoid any sort of contamination. So these tissue culture operations are best divided into distinct areas. So in this particular sentence we are telling that as far as the different techniques or different requirements are concerned, different methods are concerned, different steps of our culture tissue culture experiments are concerned, they can be performed in different areas of our laboratory plant tissue culture lab. So one area is attributed to for the media preparation and have the necessary equipment which is required for media preparation. So this is for example a simple map of culture media. So for example you can see, so these are the doors. So here we have the opening of the explant preparation, these are the shelves for storage. So here is the entry for in the hall room, media preparation and balance, cleaning, washing, wet bench. So this is the area of explant preparation, shelves for the storage if we are going to store any sort of thing, so it will be stored here for the storage. This is the sterile transfer room. So you can see, so this particular room has no entry from outside, it can only be it can only be accessed from this particular hallway. And again here this particular culture room with shelves and our incubators, this particular room have entry only from this particular room. इसके बाद देखें ये जो हमारे पास दो रूम्स हैं, शेकर और रूम इंक्यूबेटर photography, analytical instruments. So this particular room has also access from outside as well as from this room. So these are the conditions where these are the planning, this is the architecture of the lab, and it is made somewhat like this to eliminate the chances of contamination. So here we have the media preparation room where the media preparation equipments and materials are present. So here the media is prepared, and after that we are going to sterile transfer room and incubating that particular. So these are the steps, different steps as well. First we are going to make a media, then we transfer that particular medium in a glassware, and then we are going to culture it, and after culturing if we require incubators or shakers, so they are present here, and after that we are going to get photographs of that particular experimental result, and then we are through with it. So these are, we can say that these are made with the different steps of our. So this particular room is of very importance. This is a sterile transfer room. If this particular transfer room is contaminated, so it will be very harmful for the lab. So as far as the apparatus is concerned, so we have different type of apparatus we have. So this is the long list of apparatus or equipments: autoclaves for sterilization, laminar flow hood for sterile transfers, LFH we have discussed earlier, water demineralizer to demineralize water जो हमारे पास टैप वाटर होता है, टैप वाटर या हमारे पास डिस्टिल्ड वाटर होता है, उसमें भी कुछ ना कुछ मिनरल्स जो है वो मौजूद होते हैं. सो देयर इज अ डिफरेंस. deionized water which is deionized वाटर में आयंस को जो है रिमूव किया जाता है. डिस्टिल्ड वाटर हमारे पास एक अम्ब्रेला टर्म है, उसमें ये सारे, फिर उसके बाद डिस्टिल्ड वाटर के बाद दोबारा हम उसको जब उसे डीमिनरलाइजेशन कर देते हैं, मिनरल्स भी उससे निकाल देते हैं. एंड व्हाई वी आर रिमूविंग मिनरल्स? बिकॉज our experiment is very much sophisticated, very much it should be accurate, because if minerals composition is different, it will be it is changed, so our experiment can also it will not give us a result. So water distilling units to distill the water, refrigerators, freezers, microwave oven for dry sterilizing. So it is the autoclaves for wet sterilization, and ovens are for dry sterilization. Analytical balance is the simple balance which can weigh a very small weight, so from 0.1 or 0.01 milligram up to a few grams. So this is एनालिटिकल बैलेंस में जो हम बहुत ही कम क्वांटिटी को भी मेजर कर सकते हैं. वी हैव टॉप पैन बैलेंस, डिजिटल बैलेंस विच कैन वे अप टू a few hundred grams. pH meter to check the pH of the culture medium, because pH of the culture medium also affect the nature of, also affect the culture medium condition. Stirrer with hot plate to stir that particular culture medium. Water bath, vacuum pump किस लिए कि नेगेटिव प्रेशर जनरेट करके हम अगर किसी चीज को सक करते हैं तो उसके लिए हमें वैक्यूम पंप चाहिए होता है. shaker or rotary shaker, which is the stirrer, it is type of a stirrer, but this particular rotary shaker is something different. इसमें क्या होता है कि हम किसी भी कल्चर मीडियम को इस शेकर पे रख देते हैं, and then we set its speed. For example, 120 rounds per minute or 100 rounds per minute, 60 rounds per minute. So it is, and we also set the time. For example, if we need a shaking at 120 rounds per minute for 1 hour, so we set the time and we place that particular culture medium on the shaker, and after 1 hour we will remove our culture medium, so it will reduce our manual effort. So this is the shaker or rotary shaker, which we call. Filter flask and holders of millipore types, as well as filter membranes. Filter membranes are very specialized type of membranes which filter the spores as well. उनके जो पोर्स होते हैं उन मेम्ब्रेन्स में, उन फिल्टर पेपर में, सो दे आर वेरी स्मॉल, माइक्रोन्स में होते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल 47 माइक्रोमीटर्स और 46 और 40, तो वो स्पोर्स को भी फिल्टर कर लेते हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई वी यूज फिल्टर मेम्ब्रेन्स. फिल्टर यूनिट्स आर अवेलेबल, दे मे बी डिस्पोजेबल और रीयूजेबल. सो दीज आर द फिल्टर यूनिट्स. Aspirator and Buchner funnels, so these two funnels are also for filtering purposes. So these or specialized type of funnels which are used for filtering something. So these all three things are for filter purpose, for different filtering nature of the different composition of the filters. So flasks, beakers, pipettes, stirring bars, pipette washer unit, culture vessels, jar with lids, plastic containers, and food jars are equivalent. So these all are the requirements of our tissue culture experiment. So there are also desiccators which are used for desiccate something. So these are all the equipments and apparatus which should be present at the culture medium room of the plant tissue culture lab.